What's going on, guys? So today we're having a brief discussion about exotic steel. All right, knife blades that are exotic. Very rare steel choices. This happens to be a sprint run Spyderco Stretch. All right, so let me open the box, take a look at the knife. All right, there's actually a little paperwork in here that explains this steel a little bit, which we're going to read. All right, pop this out of here. This is a knife that I got in trade. And my initial, plans for this knife was just to sit on it and use it as something special. So, like, let's say I want an expensive knife in trade, something I'm looking for, or if someone happens to offer an expensive knife, but I don't have, as much value to offer. That's where this was going to come in. This was going to be like a deal sweetener, something that's a little bit more rare. This was a sprint run, so there's not as many made. The Spyderco Stretch, by the way, awesome design in itself. Okay, very, very comfortable. Also choking up. All right, so if you happen to like that design, that's what it is, a Spyderco Stretch. Definitely worth looking into. Would recommend it. But if we look at the steel here, you can see this is a V-Toku2 / SUS410. What? If you're new to knives, that all means nothing. For all you know, that's like, the model number or something. By the way, we could see that kind of, I almost want to say Hamon line. It's not actually Hamon. But we'll talk about that in a second. That squiggly line that's across that blade. But anyway, so yeah, the subject here is not so much specifically on this particular steel. If you don't know about it, you're going to learn a little bit in a second. But just in general, I'm curious how many people run these knives. How many people carry and use these knives with these exotic steels? Anyway, so let's read about it a little bit here, and we'll talk more. So there's the paperwork that comes with this knife. Of course, from Spyderco. Says, Dear Spyderco customer, congratulations on your purchase of a limited edition Spyderco Sprint Run knife featuring V-Toku2 blade steel. To be more precise, the blade of this knife features a 3-layer laminate construction with a high-performance V-Toku2 tool steel core between two SUS410 outer layers. All right, so we have a sandwich steel, kind of like a Damascus VG10 core. All right, so you have usually a softer metal on the outside, that's your bread, and then your meat and cheese in the middle is that very, very hard core. So what it allows is some flex in the blade, but the actual cutting edge, because the core extends out. Imagine, again, like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, let's say, and you sharpen your bread, the filling is going to be poking out the end. Okay, so that center core is usually a much harder steel that has a very good edge retention. That's generally why you see sandwich steels. All right. It says a Japanese steel made with Swedish iron ore. V-Toku2 is alloyed with tungsten, vanadium, and chromium, and is renowned for its toughness at high hardness. The unique 3-layer construction of this blade further enhances V-Toku2's strength and provides it with a somewhat greater degree of corrosion resistance by sandwiching it between stainless steel outer layers. The layered construction is evident with the full flat ground blade is examined closely as the transition between the core and the outer layers is clearly visible just above the blade's cutting edge. That's what we're looking at here. I say fake Hamon line. All right. The exact alloy composition of V-Toku2 is as follows. Carbon is 1.0 to 1.1%. Chromium is 0.2 to 0.5%. Nickel 0.25%. Tungsten 1.0 to 1.5%, vanadium 0.2%. Please note that the V-Toku2's low chromium content does make it susceptible to corrosion, so please maintain your knife properly. Spyderco's limited edition sprint runs featuring this exotic blade construction will include lightweight versions of our best-selling Delica 4, Endura 4, Stretch 2, Dragonfly 2, Manbug, Ladybug, and Meerkat. All the models included in this special sprint run series feature fiberglass reinforced nylon or FRN handles, injected molded in a distinctive blue-gray color. Spyderco's laminated V-Toku2 blades truly provide the best of both worlds, combining time-tested craftsmanship and state-of-the-art alloy to achieve the highest levels of cutting performance. Thanks much, the Spyderco crew. So, there you have it, a little bit about the steel. Now, this particular steel choice is new to me. I have not used it before. I was familiar with it. I've heard of it. There's a handful of steels out there I just never had a chance to actually use hard. Anyway, I just wanted to make this video. I was kind of curious to see how many people out there who have a variety of knives in their collection, particularly higher end knives with rare steels. Are you more collecting those knives, or are you getting those specifically to use those high-end steels? I mean, this, knives as a hobby, and that's where you would get into this. You're not going to go to Walmart and pick up this knife, This is definitely more for the knife hobbyist, someone who really is into the hobby of collecting and using knives, okay? Because it's rare, because it's not extremely common. You can compare this with pretty much any hobby out there. I mean, if you take cars, right? There's a lot of, factory sports cars where there's hundreds of thousands of them made, like Ford Mustang or something. People buy them, they use them every single day, they drive them back and forth to work. That's your average knife, that's your S30V. It's a good performing steel, extremely common, lots of people have it, lots of people love it, right? But then you get into your, $2 million cars. Some people get those cars and they sit and they look at them and they polish them up and they take pictures of them and they never really use them hard. And some people jump into cars like those, a $2 million car, and slam on the gas, to really see why it's a $2 million car. So that's my ultimate question, is the people out there who own knives like this, these rare knives, are you buying them to gawk at them and take pictures and just really enjoy the rarity of them? Or are you stomping on that gas? Because I'm curious, because I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm not stomping on the gas, but I am driving it, but it just depends. This particular one is still brand new, so I'm on the fence about it. But anyway, that's pretty much it. If you guys have a lot of experience with the V-Toku2 steel, of course, let everyone know down in the comments what you think of it. But it's new to me, so I can't really comment on it. I mean, it's nice and sharp out of the box. Cut a little bit of paper with it, cut a little bit of paracord with it, but that's pretty much it. And I'm still keeping it nice and new. So we'll see. We'll see where this goes in the future. But more or less, I just want to find out how many people are just using rare knives like this, rare blade steels, really, really hard. Now, if you're not super familiar with these steels, usually they're extremely, extremely hard. So they have very, very good edge retention. They stay sharp forever. But because of that, oftentimes the downside is that they become a little bit more brittle. So using some of these super steels or very exotic steels, you have a better chance of chipping them out or having different types of edge problems when using them hard on stuff. Like if you're just ripping through cardboard boxes and you hit a staple with an exotic steel, more times than not, you're going to really damage your edge, as opposed to a really cheap soft steel where it might just bend out a little bit, where you can actually fix that on a sharpening stone. So there's a lot of factors there. So I'm not saying like it's good to use really rare steels very hard. In some cases it's not. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a wonderful day. I'll be posting another video tomorrow, as I've been doing for 10 years. I post a video every single day. Can you imagine that? That's a lot of videos. If you're new to the channel, you can watch all the backlog videos. I got like close to 6,000 at this point. But anyway, yeah, if you are new, unfortunately the subscription box doesn't always work. The bell doesn't always work. If you do like the videos, come back every day to see a new one, because I'll be posting them. So with that, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, guys.